What would you do for a love that transcends time? How far would you go to keep a promise? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most beloved romantic dramas of all time, The Notebook. This is the story that made millions cry, that defined what true love looks like for a generation. So grab your tissues because we're about to relive every heartbreaking, beautiful moment. Major spoilers ahead. Our story begins in a modern-day nursing home, where an elderly man named Duke, played by James Garner, reads from a notebook to a fellow resident, an elegant woman suffering from dementia, played by Gina Rowlands. She listens, captivated but confused, as he begins to tell her a love story that started in the summer of 1940. Duke visits this woman every day, reading the same story, hoping to trigger her fading memory. The nursing staff watches with a mixture of admiration and pity, knowing something the audience doesn't yet understand. In Seabrook, North Carolina, 17-year-old Allie Hamilton, played by Rachel McAdams, is spending the summer with her wealthy family. At a carnival, she meets local lumber worker Noah Calhoun, played by Ryan Gosling. Noah is immediately smitten with the spirited, privileged girl and pursues her relentlessly. After Noah's friend Finn helps him meet Allie, Noah boldly asks her on a date by hanging from a Ferris wheel, threatening to let go if she refuses. This reckless charm works, and despite their different backgrounds, Allie and Noah begin a passionate summer romance. Their summer together is magical. They dance in empty streets, sneak away to Noah's dream project, an abandoned house he plans to restore, and share their hopes and dreams. Noah introduces Allie to poetry and encourages her painting, while she brings joy and spontaneity to his structured life. The bubble of their perfect summer bursts when Allie's parents, especially her mother, discover the relationship. It makes it clear that Noah isn't suitable for her daughter. He has no money, no prospects, and no place in their social circle. In one of the film's most tense scenes, Noah is invited to dinner at the Hamilton summer home, where he's subtly humiliated and clearly shown he doesn't belong. Despite this, Allie defends him, and their relationship intensifies. As the summer nears its end, Allie and Noah's relationship faces its first major test. During an emotional night at Noah's restored house, they plan to make love for the first time, but are interrupted. Later that night, Allie's parents forbid her from seeing Noah again, leading to a heated argument between Allie and Noah that ends with them breaking up. Devastated, Noah walks Allie home, unaware that this is the last time they'll see each other for years. The next morning, the Hamiltons leave Seabrook, taking Allie back to Charleston without allowing her to say goodbye to Noah. Noah, heartbroken but determined, writes to Allie every day for a year. 365 letters expressing his love and asking her to return to him. But Allie never responds, leading Noah to believe she's forgotten him and moved on. What Noah doesn't know is that Allie's mother has been intercepting his letters, preventing Allie from knowing Noah is still thinking of her. This deception shapes both their lives for years to come. As World War II engulfs the world, Noah and his best friend Finn enlist in the army. Before leaving, Noah buys the abandoned house he showed Allie, determined to restore it just as he promised her he would. 7 years pass. Allie, now a volunteer nurse for wounded soldiers, meets Lon Hammond Jr., played by James Marsden, a handsome, charming lawyer from a wealthy Southern family. Lon is everything her parents wanted for her: kind, successful, and from the right social background. Meanwhile, Noah returns from war to find that Finn has died in battle. Grieving and still heartbroken over Allie, he throws himself into restoring the old house, creating the dream home he once described to her, complete with the blue shutters and wraparound porch she wanted. Allie and Lon's relationship progresses, and he proposes with an elaborate gesture that Allie accepts. As she tries on wedding dresses and plans her perfect wedding, she seems content with her choice, though something is clearly missing. Noah completes the house restoration, and it's featured in the local newspaper. The headline reads, "Local man restores historic home," a seemingly minor detail that will change everything. While in town finalizing wedding details, Allie sees Noah's picture in the newspaper. The sight of him and the house they once dreamed about together triggers a flood of memories. Without telling Lon, she decides to drive to Seabrook to find closure before her wedding. When Allie arrives at Noah's beautifully restored house, she finds him living alone, still haunted by their past. Their reunion is awkward at first, filled with unspoken feelings and years of hurt. Noah invites her to dinner, and despite her better judgment, she accepts. In one of the film's most iconic scenes, Noah takes Allie rowing on the lake filled with swans, a sight he knew she'd love. When a rainstorm hits, the tension between them finally breaks. Noah confronts Allie about why she never wrote back, learning for the first time about the letters she never received. "It wasn't over for me," Noah declares in the rain. "I waited for you for 7 years. But now it's too late." Their argument culminates in a passionate kiss, and they return to Noah's house where they finally consummate their long-delayed love. The next morning, Allie is surprised by the arrival of her mother, Ann. Instead of the judgment Allie expects, and reveals a secret. She too once loved a man her parents didn't approve of. She gives Allie the 365 letters from Noah that she had hidden, finally allowing her daughter to see the truth. In a moment of rare vulnerability, Ann tells Allie, "I want you to make your own choice." This marks a turning point for Allie, who must now decide between Noah, her first love, who represents passion and dreams, and Lon, who offers stability and social acceptance. Allie returns to her hotel to find Lon waiting. He knows about Noah and is hurt, but still wants to marry her. Torn between two loves, Allie faces the most difficult decision of her life. Back in the present day, Duke finishes reading the story. The elderly woman is moved, but confused. She asks who chose whom, and Duke gently explains that she is Allie, and he is Noah. For a brief, miraculous moment, Allie remembers everything. Their life together, their children, and their love story. We learn that Allie chose Noah all those years ago. They married, had a family, and lived a beautiful life in the house he restored for her. But Allie developed Alzheimer's disease in her older years, and now rarely recognizes the love of her life. Through flashbacks, we see that Noah and Allie's life wasn't perfect, but it was real. They argued, they made up, they raised children, and they loved deeply. Noah documented their life together in a notebook he now reads to her, hoping to bring her back to him, if only for moments at a time. We also learn that Allie, in her lucid moments early in her diagnosis, wrote a note asking Noah to read this to me, and I'll come back to you. This explains his daily ritual. It's a promise he's keeping to the love of his life. That night, after Allie's brief moment of clarity, she slips back into confusion and becomes agitated. The nurses want to sedate her, but Noah insists on handling it himself. He climbs in her bed, holds her, and calms her down. In the film's most heartbreaking twist, Noah suffers a heart attack during the night. When he wakes in the hospital, he immediately returns to Allie, despite his doctor's orders. In their final scene together, Noah climbs into bed with Allie again. She asks if their love can create miracles, and Noah says yes, it already has. In a moment that still brings viewers to tears, Allie becomes lucid one last time. "It's you," she says, recognizing her Noah. The next morning, a nurse discovers them both peacefully deceased, holding hands. Noah's final miracle was finding a way for them to leave this world together, just as they had lived in it. The Notebook isn't just a love story. It's an exploration of what love really means. It shows us that true love isn't always convenient or practical. Sometimes it's messy, difficult, and requires sacrifice. But when it's real, it's worth fighting for. Noah and Allie's story reminds us that love isn't just about the passionate beginnings. It's about choosing each other every day through illness, aging, and all of life's challenges. As Noah tells Allie, the best love is the kind that awakens the soul and makes us reach for more. The Notebook continues to resonate with audiences because it portrays love in all its complicated glory. It doesn't shy away from showing how social class, family expectations, and life circumstances can challenge even the strongest connections. But ultimately, It gives us hope that a love strong enough can overcome any obstacle, even the devastating effects of Alzheimer's disease. As Noah and Allie show us, sometimes the greatest act of love is simply being there, day after day, keeping the promise you made to someone, even when they can no longer remember it. Thanks for watching our complete breakdown of The Notebook. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth movie recaps. Until next time, remember Noah's words. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at this every day, but I want to do that because I want you.